Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you the books I finished in January 2026. So if you're interested to see what I read, stay tuned and keep watching. So the first book that I finished, I started in December and finished in January, is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. She is the author of The Night Circus, and I absolutely fell in love with this story. I'm not gonna lie, it was very slow in the beginning. I was worried I was gonna actually have to put it down and read it at a different time, but I really took my time with it. I read maybe 10 pages a day, if that, until the very end where it had my attention and I pretty much raced through it there at the end, but it was so good. Her writing is amazing. She only has two books out, this one and The Night Circus. She's working on another one, but we don't know when that's coming out. Her writing is just impeccable. I did watch a film. I did watch a YouTube video on a reading what is it called? Like a read with me for this book as a YouTuber read it, and it was she was like, I could see why people don't or do or don't just oh my gosh do or don't like this book. I could see that as well because it is a little bit rhymy, riddle-ish, I don't even know if these are words, I'm making up words now, but it's not coherent until the very end as to what's happening, but it does tie up really nicely. It is really good, really, really good. I don't even know how to explain this book. I went into it blind, no idea what it was about. The first line on the back of the page says, "Far beneath the surface of the earth, upon the shores of the starless sea, there is a labyrinthian collection of tunnels and rooms filled with stories." It goes on to say, "The entryways that lead to this sanctuary are often hidden, but those who seek will find. Their doors have been waiting for them." And it centers around Zachary, who runs into some very interesting characters along his journey. It is very whimsical, magical. If you love books, this is for you. It's stories within stories within stories, and I absolutely loved it. I definitely will reread it at some point. The Night Circus, I feel like I read every 2 years, and that book is just so good. I love it. It's my favorite book of all time. This one is probably going to be once every 3 to 4, maybe 5 years, because it is so immersive and in depth. The next book I read is the first book in the Franny Fisher murder mystery series called Cocaine Blues. I have been wanting to read this series for forever. I watched the TV adaptation, oh my gosh, back in 2018, and it was my favorite show. I watched it on repeat. I watched it so many different times. I just fell in love. So once I learned it was a book series, that has been on my list to read. And I finally purchased the books, used, pre owned, pre loved. That is something I'm trying to be more mindful of this year in 2026. So, yes, I got these used. If you don't know, Franny Fisher is a lady detective. This is the first one. So, it kind of sets the stage for the characters, for the situations that play out. And I had a lot of fun with this one. It was even more fun to read the book and then watch the TV episode and see how different or alike they are, which is fun and interesting. I did journal about that a little bit in my reading journal. But this one was super fun. There is romance as well, and it's a little bit of a taste of everything. You have mystery, you have romance, and overall, I really, really loved it. So, with this being the first one, I then read the second one, Flying Too High, a Franny Fisher mystery series. And yeah, this one was also a lot of fun. This one did have a no, I don't think this one had a TV episode, and I could see why. It deals with some really, really dark things, especially around abuse, around children. It's kind of hard to read at some points, but overall, like the journey that Franny finds herself on and the little shenanigans she finds herself in is really fun. So I read the second one, and then I read the third one. Murder on the Ballarat Train. This one had a TV episode, so that was fun to read it and watch that. This one takes place on a train. They're going, Franny Fisher and her maid Dot are going, well, her maid and companion Dot are going on a little mini vacation when they are chloroformed on the train, and there is a death, and she is hired to find out what happened. So that was really fun. And then I did place an order for the next three after that. And while I was waiting for that to come, I picked up the first in the series of the Pennyfoot Hotel mystery, that is Room with a Clue. So I have been reading the Pennyfoot Hotel mystery series by Kate Kingsbury for a couple years now. I think I read the first one in December of 2024. And then I picked up a bunch in 2025. I started reading the Christmas editions of this series. So I was reading them out of order. And I was like, well, I might as well start from the beginning. So again, I got this pre-loved, pre-used. And yeah, I read this one. This is actually, I'm pretty sure, from the 90s. Yeah, copyright 93. So this is just as old as I am, which is super fun. And yeah, so I enjoyed this. It's about Cecily Sinclair, who is the owner of the Pennyfoot Hotel, and she is dealing with grief in this one. So we find out a little bit more about her husband's death, and she is 6 months into grieving. And in the Victorian era, or I guess it's Edwardian England, they used to dress in mourning. So have different periods of where they would wear clothes and physically show that they were in mourning. So she is 6 months out of that and just still grappling with the loss of her husband. That was pretty sudden. And we get introduced to the characters that I love so much. I especially love the kitchen staff. They are so funny. I love all of the characters, honestly, in this story. Like, it's so good. There's a whole bunch of them. So I'm excited to continue with the series. It's pretty hard to find these, to be honest, and I don't know if they're out of print or what, but it's not like something you can find at, like, you can find them at the library, I guess, but like audiobooks are hard to find. These were secondhand. So yeah, I have the first one, and then I think I have like the fifth one, and then I have some more of the Christmas ones that I am waiting to read when it gets closer to Christmas time. So that is a series I will continue. Again, I'm trying to buy them pre-loved, pre-used. So if I could find more of them, I will buy them. Otherwise, I'm going to try to see if I can get them to my library. We'll see what happens. But I really enjoyed reading how all of the characters, how they all started, because I started from like almost the end of the series, and now I'm diving into the beginning. So the last book I finished, because my order arrived, is the next one in the Franny Fisher Murder Mystery series, Death at Victoria Dock. This one also had a TV episode that I watched. Let's see. Driving home late one night, Franny Fisher is surprised when someone shoots out her windscreen. She alights to finds a pretty young man with an anarchist tattoo dying on the tarmac just outside the dock gates. He bleeds to death in her arms and all over her silk shirt. So with that, she is determined to bring the killers to justice, and also because they tried to kill her. So she's like, absolutely not. We're going to find out who did this. Also find a missing child from a family that also has a very dark and twisted situation, very incestuous. It's really weird, crazy. But it was very good. This book was great. And it's by Carrie Greenwood. So I have 2 more on my shelf. And for February, I am doing a no buy, low buy situation just for the month, because I want to tackle like my TBR. And if you want me to do a TBR video, I'm more than happy to do that. I am very much a mood reader, so whatever I pick, it might change. But I did pick out a bunch of like lovey dovey books for February because it is the month of love with Valentine's Day, and I always center a lot of what I do decorate, read around the season or holiday. So Valentine's Day, month of love, we're getting into that. So my little murder mystery series are going to be on the back burner just a little bit, but I do have a nice chunky TBR to get to. So anyway, I will get back to these probably in March, um, unless I need a palate cleanser, and then I will go ahead and do that. But I am very much loving cozy murder mysteries. Also, I forgot to mention there are some audiobooks that I finished. I am getting back into my Haunting Danielle series for some reason. The it was the Ghost and the Bride. It was so long at my library. It took like 4 months, 3 months to get it. Like it was a long wait for this one. Finally came through. So I'm like, heck yeah. So I finished that one. And then I finished The Ghost and Little Marie. I love the Haunting Danielle series. I think it's really fun. It's really easy to listen to on audio. I have also read them physically. I am very much loving that series. I'm happy to be back in it. So I will listen to those on audio. I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break from audiobooks. I don't know why. Like in December, I just kind of lost my groove with listening to audiobooks. And I'm really trying to like slow down. I would usually have it on like 1.75 speed and just like power through them just to finish them. Not that I wasn't enjoying them, I was, but I'm like, oh, let's get over this so I can like put it in my journal and like move on to the next thing. So I'm really trying to slow down and be mindful and intentional and listen and retain the information. So, anyway, those are the books that I read. I read about 8 books or so in January. But yeah, I had a really, really good reading month. Again, my goal is 50 books for the year. My nose itches. If I surpass it, that's great. If not, if I get below or exactly, great. But I seem to be on track and I'm loving that for me. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and leave a comment down below. I would love to chat with you, and I'll see you in the next one.